Hello there and welcome back to another daily. This is of course me, Awesomefusion, bringing you some analysis of a game, and this one is of course, as you can see in front of you, my game, because a lot of the replays that have been sent in to me aren't with the new record in spectator thing that you can do on LoL Replay, so I just don't want to do it without that anymore because it's just too good to pass up on. So I'm playing Vlad mid against Gragas. I saw they picked Gragas, and I picked Vlad. I didn't really know who to pick against Gragas, and I can play Vlad decently, so I thought I'd just pick Vlad because if he ever tries to ult me, I can just pull. You know, that was my reasoning behind it anyway. But a few times he ults me before I can pull and stuff. But you'll see in the future anyway. It was quite a good game. It's quite an interesting game. It was sort of one-sided for a while, but it ended up lasting quite a long time, and had, you know, as you can see, have an interesting team. I think their team's actually just really, really crap. Like Gangplank, Nunu, Lee Sin, Gragas, Urgot. Once Gragas stops doing like tons of damage, which he will stop doing so much eventually, they're just gonna have no damage on their team. And we have Vlad, Rumble, and Moo, so we're just gonna have a huge AoE team. So first, I'm just gonna follow me through this. I missed that first blood, but I don't give a fuck because I'm just gonna follow through me. In mid lane, nothing really happens, does it? In the first couple of levels, obviously Lee Sin's coming here to try and gank me, and I pretty much just got lucky then. That was just a bit of luck by me not to get hit by it, because I could have actually died. I was already like 70% health, so yeah. Just doing the CS thing, and Gragas actually unexpectedly hit me with a nice trade there. I didn't really expect him to do so well with it. Just gonna find my number so I can constantly follow me. E. Right. So I took a bit of harass there from he was CSing and at the same time hit me. That was just my bad play. I shouldn't go anywhere near where my creeps are low health, because that just opens up for him to do that. And of course, I think there must be Gragas pinging onto me there, because you can see pings from both teams. I'm sort of a little bit trying to harass him early, but Lee Sin's been ganking me, so I just sort of a bit afraid of him trying to come in and gank me again. I'm generally okay. I can't see actually how many pots I've got left. It doesn't show. But I get a little bit low there. I'm still fine though. I'm just stupidly taking tower hits there. I don't know why I did it. I suppose it doesn't matter too much since I'm going back, but still, shouldn't take tower hits really for no reason. But either way, I'm just farming up. Not really doing it. Interesting. And of course he hits that. Of course he hits that. I can just easily pull though, but I'm literally the worst player in the world at dodging Lee Sin Qs. It's not like I'm bad at dodging skill shots. It's just Lee Sin Qs. I don't know what it is about it. I just like magnetize to them. But anyway, I'm like a bit low here. It's pretty much, I don't know, bad for me to stay around. I'm sort of like, I don't want to go back because I'm just going to miss so much CS, but I probably should go back, if you know what I mean. So the Mumu's here to hold it for me. I'm safe to just go back. I'm just going to 4 times this while I buy, or 8 times it, because it's boring. But I'm going to slow it down a bit now. Sort of catching Lee Sin here, nothing really going to happen because Lee Sin's OP and you can just dash around everywhere, deal millions of damage. Gragas is really like trying to push the wave up because, I don't know, I guess that's just what Gragas does. And it looks like there's a team fight coming along here, and I'm just running down. Gragas is actually staying in mid, so Gragas should have followed me. There's no reason why he can't follow me. And I just quickly get the... So I'm going to slow this down. So I've done my ulti on Nunu, and Nunu's just derping around. So I got my ulti on Lee Sin as well, but I wanted to flash, get the Q and the ignite as well, so I can get it on Lee Sin too. And of course Nunu just dies, and Gangplank really has nowhere to run. Probably would have been nice for Ezreal to leave the kill for me, but whatever, I probably couldn't get it anyway. But yeah, that was good. Basically, we got ahead then simply because I came and Gragas didn't. That's just a fundamental rule about mid that you follow, but this Gragas is like 2k... Okay, I almost die here actually. But... Let me go back. So I'm coming into mid. Gragas is like pushing a wave. He's a level ahead of me because he's just been farming like a bitch. And I get hit by that Q. That was horrible for me. He notices I'm low, so he notices I'm low. He starts running up to me, throws his massive barrel because he's big Gragas. Tries to E into me, I assume. Yeah, okay. He actually hits me with an E. And like, look how low I am. If he got that last auto attack off, I would have died. So he flashes to get another auto attack off. I Q, have my pot running, and I actually survive. See, that is just like the power of Vladimir. Just own people. Never die. But now I'm like a bit behind in CS because he sent me back and stuff. That sucks for me. I'm just going to have to like AFK farm, basically, because there's no way I can... I can't keep roaming when I'm behind 25 farm, or whatever I'm behind. I'm just not sure what I'm doing here. Okay, warding. Got the ward up. That's good. But I've got my my vamp thing now, so it always makes everything a bit easier when you've got that. I'm just going to 2 times this boring laning part because nothing's really going on. Mumu creeping around. I think he's actually going to steal blue. Yeah, just going to always quick blue. Gragas comes, but he doesn't do anything. And he actually wards that. I didn't see that in the actual game. But I go mid to get my farm. Gragas is obviously constantly pushing it because that's what he does. So Mumu and Rumble just like derp around there for a bit when we should have just started Dragon instantly. Because I didn't want Gragas to go and push mid. Yeah, okay. Lee Sin came in. That wasn't very interesting. Lee Sin came in and smited it and stole it, and Mumu wasted ulti. That isn't really. I'm not going to say too much about that. It wasn't really an important part of the game. But it's going okay so far, I guess. Not really too much going on. Gragas sort of out-leveling me a little bit because I went down to that fight and he didn't. And yeah, just farming away, 87 to 119. So it's a significant margin. So I'm just sort of trying to... I probably shouldn't be trying to out-farm him somehow, but I just end up thinking I need to AFK farm, trying to take rates. Because you see Gragas also goes and take the rates as well. And I've sort of got an advantage here. I know he doesn't have any mana, so I just want to make him stay as long as I can and make it difficult for him to get the CS, basically. That's what I'm doing. And Urgot wants to come in and gank me. I think, yeah, I spot him well in advance, so nothing's really going to come of that. So I managed to pull the ulti, and we just get a quick kill onto Urgot. So that was Urgot trying to come and make plays and try and gank me, and just basically failing because we're already far ahead enough to where it doesn't matter. So I'm just sort of farming around, just trying to make up for my lack of CS. You know, Gragas still hasn't come back yet, which is always good for me. So I'm going to go back here and get my Sorcerer Boots and Needlessly Large Rods. That makes me do a lot of damage. Pretty much. It makes it easier for me to farm and push as well. Like I should be comparable to Gragas in terms of pushing. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Okay, so I'm just sitting here like a derp, pushing the tower. Lol replays bugging like hell. Gragas kills all the minions. And here he notices I'm like a little bit out of position and just ults me basically. And he misses his barrel. I get my ult off onto him. See, I just do like epic amounts of damage, flash ignite him, and get my ulti onto him, and he pretty much just dies just from that. See, that is just an unexpected amount of damage. Because I'm not like a pro Vlad player, I actually didn't even know I would do that much damage and kill him from that. It completely surprised me. And Nunu and Lee Sin just trying to do some shit, you know, they're not really gonna get anything done. And we actually pick up a kill onto Lee Sin there. So that's all good. I'm laughing because it feels good to laugh on your character when you're winning. Just gonna fast forward this a little bit. Urgot's like trying to be a pro Urgot playmaker and swap people, but He's sort of failing in that regard, considering he died 6 times. And I also don't think their tactic of sending Nunu Gangplank bottom. Okay, I sort of got like baited out here. I shouldn't have died then, and I also should have dodged his last barrel. So that's just my bad, pretty much. Just me being a noob. But it doesn't matter because we're 5-18, so it's fine. Obviously, it doesn't matter who wins or loses the game. And once again, Urgot's just sort of derping around, getting caught out of position. See how much damage my ulti does to him, it's insane. And Ezreal picks him up with the ulti, and Soraka is exhausting Lee Sin. But Gragas kind of like wastes his remaining mana on that barrel. We're just able to easily kill Lee Sin. But Gragas is still 20 farm ahead of me, but it just feels like he's caring about farm a bit too much. Caring about farm too much to the point that, you know, 3 of his teammates died because I went there because I'm not caring about farm as much as he did. But he didn't go there because he only lives to farm, it seems. I suppose it can work. Like, people do that sort of thing, like on Mordekaiser, where they only farm and try and win that way. I guess it can be a valid tactic, but I wouldn't say it is at like 2.2k elo, which is what this game is at pretty much. Most people were ahead of me in elo, that's why I had to play mid. So nothing really comes of that there, apart from Ezreal bringing noob. I'm just going to fast forward this bit. I just sort of farm a little bit and go back to base. Kind of afraid they might do Baron, so I stick around a bit longer. Should really go back now. What the hell am I doing? Okay, this is the bit where I fuck up and die. So you'll see in a second. Right, so we're waiting here, baiting Baron out, and Ezreal just rushes out of the bush. If we're baiting Baron, the idea is that we're not in vision of them. People don't understand this when you're meant to be baiting Baron, is that you're not meant to be in vision of the players that you're trying to bait. Because the idea is that you're doing Baron, they need to go there and stop you from doing Baron. But if you're in vision of them, you're obviously not going to be doing Baron, are you? So yeah, that's just something people need to sort of learn. That you can't be in vision of them if you're trying to bait Baron. It's the sort of thing that people group together to try and achieve a goal, but they don't understand what it is they're trying to achieve. But they're trying to do it anyway, and that's, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But obviously, this is the part I was talking about. So I'm just sort of messing around being cocky. I got to end up swapping me. But I have my Zhonya's and Paul, so it's just a badass move. They actually end up using Flash, and me and Amumu just don't have any damage together. I actually thought I'd be able to kill them both with Soraka's heal, but it isn't the case, obviously. Unfortunately, we just all died, basically because of me. So yeah. But I had a lot of gold then, so I was able to buy another needlessly. So that's always good. Picking up blue. We're basically just going to, so since we're 20 kills ahead, 10k gold ahead, we're just going to group up and do the final push. To be honest, we should be more than 10k gold ahead. Let me go back to that. So, I'm on about 70% life. Gragas sort of wants some. I can tell he wants some, see the way he's doing that. So I Zhonya's to avoid dying, and I actually managed to pull before he can get his barrel off on me. So that was a good play from me, I suppose. Soraka healing me up a bit. I always think like Soraka is good with champions like Vlad and Aurelia that are just sort of like have really high sustained damage and also can heal themselves a lot. She just seems to work so well with them. And Ezreal's like rampaging on everyone's head right now. This is just sort of the end game thing. It doesn't really mean anything. It's quite irrelevant to the purpose of the daily, in my opinion, which is to realise mistakes people made and try and become a better player by learning them. So that was good for me, obviously, having the reaction time to dodge Gragas's ulti. Let me just show it again. Hold on. Let me just show it again. The reaction time you need. Remember when people were saying you need good reaction time to Morgana shield Tarek's stun, and Tarek's stun is like the slowest Dazzle ever. It's hard to have the reaction time to do that in time. I think that's hard reactions, and things like dodging Malphite's ulti. That's like ridiculous reaction time you need to be able to dodge Malphite's ulti. I actually just don't think it's possible to do it. If you're both standing there, if Malphite ults at a random time, you need to react and like Ezreal E out of the ulti before it hits you. I'd love to see someone do some like sort of tests or a competition based on that. You need to like Ezreal E after Malphite starts his ulti. Maybe that would be a thing someone could do. It seems interesting anyway. But yeah, I remember when people were saying on some like it was like a tournament stream that saying it takes like insane reaction speeds to be black shielding Tarek's Dazzle, which I don't really agree with. But anyway, yeah, that was a daily for today. Obviously, it isn't actually a daily because I don't do it every day, but I don't have the foggiest clue as to what else to call it, so I'll just call it a daily. And maybe I can do it every day anyway, like eventually. If people are interested in it enough. It doesn't seem to be that popular, really. But anyway, yeah, that's the end of this for today. And don't forget to enable the replays thing, the spectator replays thing on your LoL replay client, as that's just going to improve the quality of the dailies so much more. And I'd like to continue to do, let me just pause this and speak for a bit. I'd like to continue to do a mix of my own games, my subscribers, you guys' games, and professional / other high elo people's games. I think getting a nice good mix in that is good because obviously at low relos, like when I'm gonna do like replays of 1500 elo games, that's gonna be because I'm gonna be looking at the mistakes that 1500 players are making and try and tell you guys what those mistakes are and how to avoid making them. But at say high relo games, I'm gonna want to be doing maybe showing the good plays of the high relo players, I guess, like, but more importantly the good plays, but also their mistakes as well, I suppose. So yeah. Anyway, that's the end of today's daily, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Yep. Bye.